Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Monday the 28th of October and I'm wondering whether or not us, the British taxpayer, have now been markled. As I discussed in yesterday's video, they are said to be looking at a stateside relocation for much of the year. And they're considering setting up a second base in the US and will use that upcoming trip of 6 weeks to test the move out. It's believed to have been said. A source told The Sun that royal staff working for the Queen and Prince Charles are concerned that such a move could pave the way for an exit from the family. This source told the newspaper there's an acceptance that things haven't worked out with the Sussexes full time in Windsor, so they could have a second base in America. Obviously, the finer details haven't been ironed out yet, I expect, and nothing has been mentioned about whether or not they will go with their titles, whether it means them stepping down as working royals, and all the trappings that come with it. This comes on the back of the announcement that they will be taking a 6 weeks break for family time. But a source close to the couple said the Duke and Duchess will be taking some family time towards the end of the year, once their diary commitments have been completed. We are unsure at this time, but it will likely be spent between the UK and the US. So do you think they'll be house hunting during this 6 week sabbatical? I do wonder whether this move could be because they feel quite restricted within the UK and that they want more freedom to do with whatever they like without being expected to do their duty or feel that they are being watched quite carefully. It's quite a tricky one, that one, isn't it? In the US, Meghan could have everything that she's ever dreamed of. She's always wanted fame. She's very media hungry. And of course, she loves praise. She likes all the trappings of the A-list friends and no judging about them. Flying here, there and everywhere on their private jets. Sorry, I mean Uncle Elton's jets. And that's why I believe they don't like the UK, because they're being criticised quite heavily here. They're being called out for their hypocrisy, their downright rudeness, to be perfectly honest. Meghan cannot abide by royal protocols. She's always stepping in front of Harry, shaking the hand. He's the blood royal, not she is, and she is so demeaning with him. So going back to them possibly having a second base stateside, I've had many messages from you all telling me just how invasive US magazines and paparazzi are. Now, she said in her infamous documentary interview, or should I say scripted talk, that paparazzi in the US are not as bad as the UK ones. That was what was implied by her words. But it's only because Meghan was not important enough prior to Harry to actually warrant being papped. She has not experienced it before Harry. Now, yes, there was the baby shower, but that was a completely different kettle of fish because it has been confirmed. She called the paps. She told them exactly where she was going to be. It's been confirmed that most celebrities can move around New York City without being papped. There are certain hotels that they know that they can go to that are going to be discreet. She told them exactly where she was going to be. She even put up the street barriers to announce that she was there. It was all orchestrated as a PR mission to gain the most attention. So prior to Harry, she never really had any experience with them because she was just a cable actress on an averagely watched show. She certainly wasn't a big shot movie star, and that's a massive difference with those two. And now she's dragging Harry to the US, and he will be followed by the paparazzi there. There's no way to get around it. I believe that if they move stateside, they will be even more hounded. But then that got me thinking, how has she been hounded in the UK? Has there been any pictures of her shopping, walking? I know that we had the laughable farce that was the pub lunch debacle, but that was clearly set up because the pub actually denied that they were ever there. Believe me, if the hapless two were there, this pub would be screaming from the rooftops because it would be a huge boost for business. Yes, there's been an excessive amount of interest in the couple, but that's their own doing completely, shutting out the media with the birth and subsequently Archie's christening by basically saying, no, you're not getting information, we want our privacy, you drum up more interest. It is a clear-cut way of drumming up a buzz. If you deny somebody access to something, they're going to want it even more. But to be honest, what did she expect from royal life? Everybody around the world knows as a royal, you are going to be written about. You are going to be photographed. It's what happens. Did she expect to literally sit in the shadows and only be photographed or talked about when she wants it, when she has something to say? It's not the way it's done, basically. So what do you think? Do you think that US tabloids and the glossy rag mags, or whatever you call them, the gossip mags, are they worse than our British tabloids? Would the interest be greater if they were stateside? Would they be more intrusive to them than the British tabloids are being? So I went down a rabbit hole and I was shocked at what I found. Now, the British tabloids have a terrible reputation, but this, what I found, was on a completely different level. I've never seen anything quite like it. We don't have this kind of thing in the UK. They're actually saying that our Queen has months to live and that she's dying. I am utterly shocked at what I have found in my research. This is real tabloid fodder. And we in the UK, yes, we have Express, we have Daily Mail, and it's the Daily Mail of shame, things like that. But we don't report on this kind of scandals. This is just tittle-tattle for the public. Yes, it sells magazines, and there lies the point. We don't have this. And I keep saying this, I'm really quite shocked. And quite frankly, this is a message to Meghan Markle. If you say that our British tabloids are not fair and you want to move to America, well, do you know what I say? Go forth and multiply. And if you think our tabloids are being unfair, then you've got another thing coming. I think you will be chewed up and spat out by the press in the US. I'm sorry to all my US fans, but I think she's coming back. As always, let me know what you think. If you're US based, tell me, what's it like there with regards to paparazzi and the celebrity life and reporting on them? Is it lots of scandals? Are there a lot of these magazines out there? What do they normally report on? And do you think that she'll get a different reception if she goes to move there? As always, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and please hit subscribe. If I do go missing for a few days, please don't despair. I've not been locked up in the tower or taken by Scotland Yard, as one of my lovely, lovely fans wrote to me in an email. I'm fine. It's just the pain has got too much. I'm struggling at the moment and I might need a few days rest. But who knows? She might go and do something completely Markle-ish and I'll be back again because I have to keep you updated. Once again, thank you very much for watching.